So I got asked what would I do to adjust this squat. Now ignore the guy in the background, just look at the guy in the foreground and see what we're working with here. So watch the guy in the foreground. Okay. So that's him squatting. There's a couple things that we want to pay attention to. What do I want from it? And then what would I do? Now, in the squat, he's lacking two really big things. One is range of motion. He's not going all the way down. And two, he's going into his toes. So he's losing his contact with the ground with his heels. So we need to figure out ways to get both of those two things to happen. Now, I don't know this athlete. I don't know what's going on with this athlete. There's a lot that you could do. But for me, when I look at this, I would do two things right away. I would widen his stance up, and I would make him go slower. So simply widening his stance could give him the range in the bottom of that position to be down in that bottom, actually get range, and stay back in his heels. Now, depending on how tight they are, they might actually only be able to widen their stance, a half inch on both sides for that to be the case. If they go too wide, it'll make it hard again. If they stay too narrow like this, it looks a little bound up. So if this was my athlete, or if I was walking into this gym and he needed the coaching, I would say, hey, let's slow things down. Let's widen your stance a bit and see what happens. Now, that might not work, but that's where I would go initially with it. Giving the limited information that I have, I would do that. I would widen the stance up and I would slow him down. And you might be looking at it and be like, wow, he looks like he's below parallel, but he's not. It's close, but it's not there. And yeah, that's what I would do. Wider, slower.